Okay, welcome back to the MGM Grand Garden Arena. We're going to close this out. The 10th annual Rockstar Energy Drink US Open is about to go in the books. Jason Weigandt and Jim Holley here to try to break it down for you. But before we close this 10th anniversary of the event, we got one more night of racing to go, and it could close with the biggest jackpot ever here at the US Open. $250,000 on the line for Chad Reed.
Yeah, and you mentioned that he's halfway through there. He's done 3 of the 6 parts that need. He's gotten the whole shot last night. He had the Super Pole, and he won the main event. But Grant Langston came out today, and he laid down the fastest lap in practice. That means he'll be the last guy to go around in that Super Pole. He'll see what Chad Reed can lay down. And you know what? A lot of guys are talking, you know, well, if we can't win that $250,000,
oh, no.
I don't want any other riders to do it. And look what happened. Kevin Windham won the Super Pole last year, knocking out James Stewart. Maybe Langston can do that tonight.
And if Reed is able to get the Toyota Super Pole, look out in that first turn, because if the riders want to stop him from getting the money, the easiest way might just be stop him from getting that whole shot. It's very important.
Well, and here's the thing about it. You look at the 3 aspects you have to get. Yeah. You got to get the fastest lap. Well, that only takes about 43 seconds. That's not too bad, okay? Yeah. You got to get the whole shot, all right? That takes what? A mere 5 seconds to get into that first turn?
Yeah.
You got 20 laps in that main event if you get a bad start to come work your way up to win it. So not a lot of error in the fast lap and the whole shot, but you can make some mistakes and still come back and win that main event.
But at the same time, Reed, as he kind of talked about last night after he won the race, he's got to be careful. He doesn't want to possibly go down and risk a first turn crash just to try to get the whole shot. If he could get a 3rd place start, it might be better than risking it all for the money.
Well, and if he gets Super Pole, he gets $10,000. He only loses the $5,000 on the whole shot. Yeah. But if he can win that main event, like you said, he's going to gain another $35,000. So there's a lot on the line for Reed, but he looked good in practice. The track's changed. We're running a completely different track. So both of these guys liked it. It was Yamaha 1-2 again in the timed practice.
Well, it's kind of interesting the way it's broken down with Reed and Langston being the 2 fast guys and going 1-2 last night. Some of the parts on the bikes, Yamaha only has 1 set of forks, for example, and they've had to switch back and forth. So they're both kind of testing and helping each other. I know they ride together at the Yamaha test track. You've been there before. How odd is it to be battling with a rider that you work with during the week?
Well, it's a blessing because you know that guy. You know his weaknesses. You know his strong points. Yep. And, you know, as far as the fork thing goes, if I'm Chad Reed, I'm not changing anything. I won last night. Yep. I got the fastest lap. I whole shot at the main event, and I won the main event. Why change anything on the bike? I'm just going to run it the same way. And if you're Langston, you know, you got to say, well, I got to try to get in there and be a little bit more aggressive at that start.
Yeah, exactly. Langston took a few laps to get going last night. That might have ultimately made the difference. Let's not forget the rest of the contenders. Tim Ferry knows he needs to step up after a 4th last night. Andrew Short with a 3rd. He says he wants to show Reed what he has. Of course, you got Mike Alessi on the new Suzuki. And the Lights riders, we're still trying to see how competitive they can be on the 250Fs.
Well, and you know, you got to give it up to Daniel Reardon, the man from Australia. I mean, he put out a good ride last night. He ended up 7th in that main event. Justin Brayton on the KTM, he actually had some good rides. He was up there in 7th, but dropped back a little bit. But I think this track tonight is a little bit more of an advantage for the 450s than the Lights, more so than last night. So it'll be a struggle for those Lights to try to get up into that top 7 again.
All right, so we're going to watch that. Of course, that's our main event. Chad Reed going for the trifecta and trying to win this Rockstar Energy Drink US Open. And don't forget as well, the Alpine Stars Championship rematch. Emig, Huffman, and Larocco are going to be battling it out again. It's going to be a great night. Jim, you fired up again?
Always. I mean, it's Vegas. I'm fired up. I got a lot of sleep. I didn't go out too much last night. I wanted to be ready for this thing to make sure we have a great broadcast tonight.
I wish I had taken your advice. All right, we're going to have our webcast. Remember, it's 7 p.m. on the right here, local time Pacific, and 10 p.m. on the East. So tune us in for our pre-show, and then we'll be racing at 7:30. Thanks for watching.